Would you trust Kurt Angle to defeat a trio of the undead out for revenge? Welcome to WWH. My name is Andrew Dreamer. We have a great show for you today. Last time we took a look at the cult classic They Live, which starred Rowdy Roddy Piper, and today we're taking a look at a movie that stars several professional wrestlers. Stick around because you don't want to miss this. And that movie is called River of Darkness. It was written and directed by Bruce Koehler. It stars Kurt Angle, Kevin Nash, Sid Vicious, and Ray Lloyd, aka Glacier. Fun fact about Glacier, I have tremendous respect for this man as a person and as a wrestler. He was one of my coaches at the Nightmare Factory, and he has a plethora of knowledge about wrestling and life in general. Getting to train under him was a huge honor, and actually he's been working on a brand new movie that I can't wait to check out. Moving on now, let's get this show started. River of Darkness tells the story of a small town sheriff investigating several murders in the town. He discovers that the town has a very dark past that may be coming back to haunt them, pun intended. But can Kurt Angle solve the mystery and save the town? Let's head down to the ring and find out. The film opens up with a waitress getting off work late one night. On her way home, she is attacked and killed by an unseen figure. The next morning, Sheriff Will Logan, played by Kurt Angle, investigates the crime scene, as confused as to why the word Hicks is written on the victim. Don't worry, Will. We'll find out soon. The sheriff needs a cup of coffee, so he goes to a local diner ran by Clark Higgins, played by Coach Glacier. Higgins and his friends don't care for the new sheriff very much. Higgins recently lost to him in an election and ignores Logan when he asks for a cup of coffee. Later that night, a couple of local fishermen are working on their boat when they too are killed by the figure. There's not a ton of gore here, and it's kind of hard to see because of the lighting, but Sheriff Logan again arrives to investigate the strung up bodies, and the word Hicks appears again at the scene. Logan starts asking around about the word, but nobody wants to help him out. They avoid his questions and they send him elsewhere, specifically to a man named Virgil Van, who questions the sheriff's faith before telling him about a man named Harvey Hicks. Apparently, 30 years ago, something pretty bad happened involving this man. Sheriff Logan has another run-in with Higgins at the diner, who tells him that legend says that 30 years ago, Hicks and a group of vigilantes killed the Jacobs boys and their father, and now they've risen from the dead for revenge. He also says that they need to work together to save the town, which the sheriff obviously refuses. That night, another attack occurs, this time at a man named Wyatt, whose wife sees the killers. She hurries to the diner where she collapses in a booth and tells Higgins that the Jacobs boys killed her husband. A group of paranormal investigators is heading for the town to investigate the killings. They're college-aged amateurs who look like they don't have a clue what they're doing. They ask for directions from a gas station attendant who can see how full of crap they are, but also he's a little trepidatious about the whole thing. Sheriff Logan returns to the same people and asks more questions, and learns that Hicks and his group killed the Jacobs boys because a girl made up a lie about one of them, and the town decided to sweep it all under the rug. I'm pretty sure I'd want revenge too if I was them. Sheriff Gold Medalist still doesn't believe in the dead being raised, but questions if Hicks needs to die for it all to end. The paranormal investifakers take a boat out on the river and are shocked to find out it's all real. One of the girls is pulled into the water and killed. A little girl is also killed, proving that these guys are the biggest heels on the face of the planet. Higgins is now fed up with Logan for not stopping these murders, and he devises his own plot to put an end to it all once and for all, despite the sheriff's warning. Higgins and his friends kidnap Harvey Hicks and plan to take him to the island where the Jacobs boys live to leave him as a sacrifice. I'm not sure morally if this is the right choice, but they commit. The gas station attendant notices Hicks in the back of their truck and he calls the police. Sheriff Logan acquires a boat and chases them. They come across the remaining two paranormal researchers and bring them aboard. Unfortunately, this doesn't mean safety for them because the guy gets killed by Kevin Nash Jacobs. This leads to a quick fight with the Olympic gold medalist before he disappears. They catch up with Higgins just as they're about to send Hicks to his death. Despite protests from the sheriff, they do it anyway as the Jacobs boys appear. Just as the boat he's on reaches them, a gunshot rings throughout the air and hits Hicks, killing him. The Jacobs boys still attack him though, swinging their axes all over the place. Autumn, the last remaining researcher, reveals that she shot him because he was her grandfather. The closing monologue from her tells us even more. It wasn't a mercy killing, it was a revenge killing because Hicks was the one who attacked her mother, not the Jacobs boys. And yes, her mother was the girl who made up the lie about the Jacobs boys. And that is the movie. This was a very strange movie and I have very mixed feelings about it. But we'll get to that in a minute. Let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with more action. If you're looking to save 20% off of your order from Redcon One, look no further. I have the perfect deal for you. Use code AndrewDreamer right now at checkout to receive 20% off your entire order. That's a huge discount, and you're going to get so many great things. You can get supplements, you can get protein, you can get clothing, you can get accessories, bags, anything that you want from Redcon One, they have. Go check out their website. You'll be sure to find something that you like. And use code AndrewDreamer for 20% off. We are back. Let's head back down to the ring. Finding positives in this movie isn't a hard thing to do. I like the cast. Angle and Glacier are good foils for each other, and their scenes are enjoyable. I also like seeing Kevin Nash and Sid Vicious in this as well, even if they only have one line of dialogue between the two of them. And I actually think the story is a good one. They had a lot of really good ideas here, and the writing wasn't really that bad. I feel like the enjoyment I got from this film was pretty well earned. Lastly, this film was under an hour and a half, and I appreciate when a movie just does its business and gets out of there. We don't need any overtime here. Moving on to the negatives now. I wanted more. I feel like this story could have been fleshed out more, expanded upon more. I know I said I was glad that it was shorter, but I still wanted more. I also feel like Kurt Angle was wasted in this movie. He didn't have much to do outside of interrogating the same people over and over. And the thing is, he's actually a pretty decent actor, and this script doesn't do him any favors. There was no gore, and the violence was toned down for the most part, or even off screen. And some of the plot points that they used to move this story forward were just plain ridiculous. I'm frustrated because this could have been so much better. There was literally so much potential here for a better movie. The direction and the cinematography was less than great. The entire thing was poorly lit. I really wish that this movie had a bigger budget and a more fleshed out script. That is River of Darkness. I wanted to like this so much more. It wasn't awful, just lacking. But if you're looking to kill 90 minutes and see a few legends of the ring duke it out, then check this movie out. You can stream it on Tubi for free. You might regret it, you might not, but you know, there is some fun to be had. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that so you never miss any WWH action. Leave a like and a comment with your thoughts on this movie if you've seen it. Or leave a comment with any movie that you would like to see me cover in the coming days or the coming weeks, whatever. But that's going to wrap up our show for today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And until next time, my name is Andrew Dreamer. This is Wrestling with Horror.